What's going on, guys? There's another opportunity that we do have at the running back position right now. And you know what? There could be a possibility of signing a free agent out there that has played with this team very well and could be trusted. And that's if, you know what, if we can't develop some guys, some running backs that we do have, like Elijah Holyfield, Michael Warren from Cincinnati, Adrian Killins from UCF, you really don't know what you have. But you know what you have in Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, and you know what? You could be adding a third or fourth running back depending on what they want to keep for 2020. One free agent that is out there right now is Wendell Smallwood. Okay, we released him after 3 years, and he went to the Washington Redskins for 1 year on a cheap deal, obviously, or finished off his contract. Had a chip on his shoulder. Kind of, didn't really hate the Eagles, but, business was business, and he just wanted to prove that he could play anywhere. And obviously that didn't happen. You had Adrian Peterson with the Redskins, and you had Darius Geis that was dealing with injury and came back for a short amount of time. But guys, Wendell Smallwood, ever since he got drafted, he got better and better every year. Other than that Cowboys fumble when they threw him in the game, that was on the coaches. They threw him in the game last second. We went into overtime with barely all these injuries, and yeah, he fumbled the ball, and we lost, and everything was blamed on him, but it wasn't. It should have been blamed on the coaches, but that's pretty much what happened. But having Wendell Smallwood, I noticed, progressively every year he just got better, okay? Carrying, catching the ball out of the backfield, going up, even when he got the ball in his hands, even in 2018 when he would get the ball in his hands, he'd just run in a straight line, or he would just go tough. He wouldn't dance too much. He wouldn't, try to run another direction. That guy just ran with fire in his eyes and played real tough and did a really good job. I'm a big Wendell Smallwood fan. I think we should have kept him, obviously, especially for another year. It was a cheap deal anyway, so I know, obviously they want to try out some new guys. They want to draft a running back. Thank God we got Miles Sanders, because that could be our featured back of the future. You find out with Boston Scott what he's got. He's not just some special teams guy, that he could bring more to the table to an offense, which I like to call him Sproles 2.0. Then you have a lot of undetermined players like Adrian Killins from UCF, lightweight but really fast. Michael Warren, a bruiser back that's a little bit shifty. Elijah Holyfield, that we picked up at the end of last year, hasn't had a lot of playing time in the NFL. So there are a lot of options, but the one thing we do have to worry about right now is if the NFLPA decides to sign off on having 0 preseason games. And if that's the case, guys, the Eagles might sit there and be like, I don't really have faith in a third and fourth running back right now. Go out in free agency and go get one. Now, the Eagles tried getting a free agent running back this year, but unfortunately it slipped through their fingers, went to the Seahawks, and couldn't really do nothing about it. So I don't know if the Eagles are still looking for that bruiser back. Obviously, does every team need a bruiser back? No. But at the same time, Doug likes those speed running backs that can go out for passes and do some things like that. And I think every one of these guys that we have right now could do that, besides, the undrafted guys and Elijah Holyfield. Corey Clement is still on the roster, but I would rather bring Wendell Smallwood in than Corey Clement being here, because obviously right now, Wendell Smallwood has a better resume when it comes to health. And Corey Clement has not been healthy since the end of 2017. Pretty much the start of 2018, it's just been a total mess with him. A flash in the pan that worked out for us. Unfortunately, can't get back to 100%. And when he does, always gets injured again. So what are you really getting out of Wendell Smallwood coming here? Well, you're getting someone that's proven. You're getting someone that works out here. He's pretty much the Nick Foles of running backs. He only works out here. Just like Josh Adams that went to the Jets. He only worked out here. But I have to tell you, if there's no preseason and you can't get these young guys, obviously some of them are going to be playing special teams. Hopefully Adrian Killins, some of these guys can play special teams, so that way they're counted as a special teams roster spot, and then we don't really have to worry about it that much. But when it comes down to it, with no preseason games, no development, just practicing against each other, it's not going to be enough. Okay, if the Eagles have a set roster going into the season and they made some mistakes on some of the guys that stayed on the roster because of no preseason, then that's a problem. So you go out and you go get Wendell Smallwood, bring him to the roster, whether he's the third running back, the fourth running back, whoever else they want to keep. If they're keeping 3 or 4, I don't care at this point. I think right now our running back spot is really good, and I think they have a bigger chance to add more to the role. So what do you guys think about bringing Wendell Smallwood back? Obviously, I would have no problem with it because of what's going on between the pandemic. Hopefully might not having a preseason game to play this year, which is going to hurt every team in the NFL, not just us. But at the same time, the chemistry, the relationships, good locker room guy, and he's very dependable if there are injuries, and this has happened before. And Wendell Smallwood has done a pretty damn good job every year progressively behind this offensive line. Leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will see you guys later. Shea Squad up, fly will fly.
Now